Well, kia ora and welcome into the Harness Half Hour, proudly brought to you by HRNZ Marketing. I'm Jess Smith, and this week on the show we talk to Jack Best following his first driving win, Tony Dickinson of Alta Dream Lodge, Peteru of Alexandra Park, and Courtney Clarke of HRNZ in regards to the Team Teal campaign. Richard Wilson also returns for the bookie update this week, but first, here are this week's headlines. Inter-Dominion champion Tiger Tara was mind-blowing, winning the Hunter Cup at Melton on Saturday night. In doing so, lowered his own track record set in the Inter-Dominion Grand Final. He'll now target the Miracle Mile next, possibly starting in the Newcastle Mile this week in preparation. Utmost Delight was victorious at Melton on Saturday night for Stephen Reid in the Group 3 Pure Steel. The mare defeated the boys after looking beaten in the run home and will now aim for the Ladyship Mile at Menangle. DeBarber was successful on Friday night at Addington in the Group 2 Premier Mares Championship. Trained by Terry and Glenna Schmiel, the daughter of Shadow Play was driven by Stephen McNally. The recently resurrected Wellington Cup was held at Otaki on Friday afternoon and saw a huge run by Bill Haley to win for trainer-driver Jay Abernathy. The son of rock and roll heaven bobbled away but settled quickly and was still able to win. While Sunday's Otaki Cup was taken out by Alta Leone for trainer-driver Kyle Marshall. The daughter of Big Jim has now won 5 of her 15 career starts, and we'll talk later to her breeder, Tony Dickinson. Well, of course, here on the Harness Half Hour, we like to highlight milestones in careers, and first winner over the weekend for Jack Best as a driver. Jack, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Can you tell us a bit about the emotions of finally being able to register that first winner?
It took a while for me to sink in a bit, probably until I got back to the stables, before I actually realised I'd actually done it.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming though.
Yeah, and in terms of once it sunk in and you realised that you've got that winner, what did you feel then?
Oh, it just felt it just felt like a relief.
Yeah.
It just felt way like I could go out and do it more now.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I guess that would be something that, you know, once you do get that first one out of the way, you can now not have that pressure.
Yeah. Then like Sunday was way easier to go driving than what it was on Friday.
Yeah. And special too to get that win for Anne Marie.
Yeah, pretty special moment for Mum. Yeah, she was over the moon. Yeah. I think I caught her crying a couple of times.
She was obviously pretty happy with the drive, and I guess just restores the faith that she's put on you.
Yeah. She put a lot of faith in me a few times actually, and I haven't done that well, but I must have just put the right foot forward on Friday and got the job done.
Okay, and in terms of your career, Jack, when did you first decide that you were going to give harness racing a go as a career?
When I was 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mum's always had them, but I did pony club for a bit, and then I thought, no, stuff this, I'm going to do something better. So started jogging up horses and stuff. And when I was about 13 or 12, I started going down to Nigel McGrath. In the holidays, and then when I finished school and that, I got a job with Dean Taylor.
Wow.
So
is it full time? Is it full time for you now as a career, Jack?
No, I'm a tractor driver during the day.
Really?
And just drive spraying vineyards and harvesting and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday mornings is usually when I get to have a kick and have a go. So.
Well, it must be pretty chaotic because this time of year, I'd imagine as well with the vineyards, driving tractors and their agricultural work would take up quite a bit of time.
Yeah, she's about 12 to 14 hour days at the moment. Mm-hmm. So not much time to get the horse driving in, but I mean, Mum accommodates for that. She puts her trust in me, so hopefully.
And how do you manage to work in the racing? So to go away to Otaki for the 2 days, I guess you'd have to take leave and make it fit around your day job?
Yeah. I just put it in. I just say to Mum, tell me where you're going to go, and I can put it in the. Just talk to my boss about it. But he's pretty good. He's real good with this sort of stuff, so it's handy to have.
And I guess if you give him the odd tip as well, that would go a long way with him.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. I was disappointed, so I didn't give him the fun.
And in terms of your career going forward, Jack, would you like to keep the driving up? Are you open to taking drives from anyone else?
Yeah, always open. I mean, I have to be in the industry a bit more full on.
Mm-hmm.
But because I got rugby as well, so I'm trying to juggle everything and just keep myself going.
Yeah. Well, I guess with all that going on, Jack, as you say, full-time tractor driving and rugby and racing all mixed in together, it's a great effort to be able to pick up a winner as well.
Yeah, well, I think I've only had 50-odd starts, and and it's like a lot of the guys said to me up north, they said it's hard when you're only doing it every so often. So, no, it was good to pick that up, and it's released it. It's all over now, so I can just continue on driving my normal way.
Yeah. Oh, well, congratulations. And I guess, have you got any goals in mind, or are you just taking each day as it comes?
Probably when I think rugby, when rugby's finished, that's when I'll get back into the horses.
Yeah.
Because my winter's just taken up from probably June to November for the rugby, so...
Definitely.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, we take our hats off to you, Jack. It's a great achievement. The first driving win, of course, that was behind Bonnie Boy at Otaki on the first day. Congratulations. Keep up the hard work, and I'm sure the next one won't be too far away.
Thank you.
In time for social media news headlines and what's happening around the world, starting off with New Zealand. As you heard, of course, Jack Best picked up his first driving win when successful at Otaki with Bonnie Boy. Well done, Jack. Dibaba and Utmost Delight both feature on the HRNZ social mediums, along with the special Team Teal Trade Me auction, which we will discuss with Courtney Clarke later on the show today too. From Australia, make sure you're keeping up to date with all of the latest Australian news, including Chase Auckland's most recent win across the ditch. You can follow Adam Hamilton on Twitter for all of those updates. And from the USA and Canada, the Canadian O'Brien Awards were held over the weekend, with McWicked being named Canadian Horse of the Year. And for the full results of the O'Brien Awards, you can visit Standardbred Canada, their website, standardbredcanada.ca, for more news. Well, joining me on the Harness Half Hour today is Tony Dickinson of Alta Dream Lodge, and of course many people will be aware of the Alta name in the harness racing industry. Tony, firstly I wanted to congratulate you on the win of Alta Leone at Otaki. That must have been a big thrill for you.
Well, it was, and we still have some interest in that result, in that we've got the half-brother who's showing a lot of promise for us with Paul Kerr. So, yes, we were very interested and very happy for the people that bought her too.
Oh, definitely. And she seems to just be progressing and getting better with age as well.
That's right. That is a family which takes a bit of time. Mm-hmm. One of the earlier descendants, Gracious Knight, won the New Zealand Cup, and we actually happened to be owners of the horse that finished second.
Oh.
Factor non-verba. So that's how I actually got into the blood and into breeding from that branch.
Wow, that's fantastic, and great to have that bloodline continuing on with your horses. And speaking of the progeny that you're producing, Tony, yearling sales are not far away. How many are you preparing for the sales this year at Karaka?
We're preparing five colts, because we that breeding year we didn't have any get any fillies.
Oh, wow.
So and we've replicated that again this year too. So with the foals on the ground, we've got 8 colts and no fillies. So
my goodness, your poor wife will be feeling a bit outnumbered at the farm there.
Oh no, she's keeping her busy. She goes shopping frequently.
Good on her. And in terms, Tony, of preparing the 5 for the sales, how much of an effort and how much time does that take you?
Well, I'm fortunate in that I've got 2 what I'd call contract handlers. I don't do any of the hands-on stuff now. At my stage, it's a bit much. So, we do all the work on them, which includes the weaning, or starts with the weaning and so on. So, I myself personally just supervise, I guess you'd say.
And I guess it would be a really fulfilling process to watch them go from foals and then continuing on through the sales and becoming successful racehorses?
Yeah, well, you're right. It keeps us... we sell most of ours anyway, but we still like to watch and see how they go. And we've had a bit of luck in the last couple of years. We've bred some nice horses.
Oh, and speaking of which, Tony, have there been any horses that are highlights for you, or any real moments that stand out over your years as a breeder?
Yeah, well, I've been breeding for a long time, but it wasn't until I was working out that it financially was not working. And I got some help from my brother-in-law, Gary Hall Sr., and he basically said to me, he said, look, he said, you've got to stop breeding what you want to breed and start breeding what the customers want. So, and the last 3 years have been successful for us on that basis.
And have there been horses that, in particular, maybe one that stands out above the rest that you remember fondly?
One that we've done just recently.
Or over the years that you've been involved in harness racing that you've bred, or you mentioned, Factor Non Verba, that must have been a real highlight.
That was, yes, I had a share in him. He was a great horse. He won 27 races. Yeah. But the one that stands out as far as we've bred, we got launched into this by breeding Alta Serena.
Oh, yes.
She was a terrific horse. And won about 600,000 to the owners. Yeah. Oh, and one that we bred for ourselves, we ended up putting through the sales, Alta Cristiano, who was more recently he was a top horse with just unsound, which is a shame. Yeah,
and a unique perspective too to see them continue on and even be stallions and stand at stud. So that's a whole new legacy.
It is. We endeavoured to do that, but basically he hasn't. He's only popped out 2 or 3 winners. That's all. So we might have to look for somewhere else.
You never know. It only takes one good horse to come out, doesn't it? They can come from anywhere.
Exactly.
Well, Tony, I know you're a very busy man, and I just wanted to chat to you in regards to that win by Alta Leone, because as a breeder, any cup win obviously would be special. But all the best for the sales upcoming, and I'm sure it will be another successful one with many very good Alta horses to come.
Thank you very much, yes.
Well, Kelly Peteru is joining me from Alexandra Park, and she is the Design and Marketing Coordinator and new to the role. Kelly, thank you very much for your time today, and can you tell us a bit more about yourself and where you've come from?
No worries. Good to be chatting on the air. So I've come from a background in tourism, dealing in sales and marketing, but also sort of studied graphic design and photography, so I've sort of got a keen eye for, bringing in the new sort of image, and that's what I'm trying to do with Alexandra Park. All I want to do going forward is just, create a new image for the brands and sort of, bring back the trots and get people interested again. I really want to get that younger market along and get them enjoying the races, because it is an awesome night out.
I guess that's the double-edged sword of being based in Auckland, is that you have such a potentially huge market, but I guess with that comes the competition. There's so many people competing for that same population. Yeah,
definitely. And it's just about, sort of getting the word out there that going to the trots, it's a unique experience. So we don't just have horses racing, we have entertainment, we have amazing food. So it's the whole package in one.
Oh, fantastic. And I guess, there's plenty of potential to grow and try new things. And as you say, you're not afraid to come at it from a different angle and give things a go?
No, definitely not. It's good to sort of take risks and, put yourself out there. And that's what we're going to try and do here with marketing and like I said before, the overall brand image.
Oh, fabulous. Well, it's very exciting. And of course, you get chucked in the deep end with a couple of big events coming up in March, of course, Oaks Night and Northern Derby. And on Oaks Night, you guys are really getting in behind Team Teal and the Women's Cancer Foundation fundraiser.
Yeah, definitely. So what we're doing is with our ticket sales, $5 from every ticket sold will be donated to the cause and raising awareness, which we're really excited about. It's an awesome thing to do, and we're hoping that people will come along and support that. On the night we're going to be sporting the colours throughout the room as well, and just, really try and we're going to have sort of other opportunities to donate as well. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And of course, you've got the Celebrity Jill Sulky race, which means that those dining in the room are going to get to rub shoulders with some pretty big names.
Yeah. I would say that this is probably one of our most exciting Celebrity Jill Sulky races. We've got sort of people from all over the show. With the likes of Dom Harvey from the Edge radio station. He's quite a personality and everyone knows Dom Harvey. He's been in the news, he's all over the show. We've got Frank Bunce, ex-All Black star. He's going to be here sort of going head to head. And then we have, Melody Robinson, who's the, sports presenter, Brooke Howard-Smith, a TV presenter, and we've even got an actress, Christina Alta. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But, yeah, always tricky, but, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's actually Russian and the lead actress on the Brokenwood Mysteries, which I haven't seen, but I've been told that it's very, very popular. So, like you say, there's a real variety of personalities, and I guess once we get them behind a horse, they're really going to be able to advocate how amazing harness racing is.
Yeah, definitely. I've done the Jill Sulky experience myself, and I can tell you it's really thrilling and a once-in-a-lifetime sort of experience. It's amazing.
Yeah. And of course, Alexandra Park, if you're wanting to get your corporate team behind that, you guys can set that up as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to grow the sport in Alexandra Park, as you're saying. And I know that you guys, on Derby night, which is March the 8th, you're going to do a similar thing, but for the Prostate Cancer Society.
Yes, so we're going to do the same thing with donating from every ticket sold, but we're still confirming sort of what we're going to do on that night, but it is going to be another good one, so we're hoping that people will, come along to Oaks, get a taste for it, and then maybe come along to Derby as well. But yeah, we're sort of designing it around, ladies' night versus blokes' night. Derby, the menu is going to be rustic themed. It's going to be one for the boys, so we're hoping that, the guys get together and bring their mates and hopefully the missus as well and come along for an awesome night.
Oh, fabulous. And Kelly, if anyone's wanting to book, how can they go about doing so for either of those nights?
So, the best way would be our website, alexandrapark.co.nz, where they can go to our What's On page and find out more information about what's happening on both nights. The alternative would be to get in contact with one of our event coordinators through our phone number, which is 09631 1165. Send us an email as well. There's different inquiry forms on the website that people can use. Yep. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so that is March the 1st. It is Team Teal Ovarian Cancer Fundraiser Night, which does include that glorious buffet menu along with the Celebrity Night, Celebrity Jill Sulky race, and of course 8th of March is Prostate Cancer Awareness Night and helping that cause as well, which is Derby Night. Kelly, thank you so very much for your time. Welcome on board, and I'm sure we're going to hear great things from you and your team going forward.
Thank you so much.
Well, for this interview for the Harness Half Hour, we don't have to go too far. In fact, I only literally have to go to the next desk and chatting with my team member and communications and marketing coordinator, Courtney Clarke. And Courtney has a very important job of being in charge of Team Teal. Courtney, would that be fair to say you're the lady in charge of Team Teal this year?
Yep, Jess, at the moment my whole life is revolving around Team Teal, but we're off to a great start already after just starting on Friday, and I think we're going to go really well this year.
So last year we got to 20,000. What are you hoping for this year, Courtney?
I'm hoping we can get 10 grand more and get to 30,000 this year, and I'm quite confident about that so far.
Okay, so in its second year, last year was very much a run through just to get people aware of Team Teal, but can you break down initially how the money is earned in terms of driving wins?
Yep, so this year again we have got Woodland Stud on board. So they donate $100 per winning drive by a female driver in teal pants. Harness Racing New Zealand donate $200, and we have all of the clubs on board to donate as well. So most of the clubs are donating $100 per win. There's a couple of clubs that have sort of capped that just because of budgeting issues. But yeah, we've got all the clubs on board in some way or another, and yeah, most of them are $100 per win. So it's a good $400 if a female driver crosses the line first wearing those teal pants.
Most certainly, and as you mentioned, they've been off to a great start in just the first weekend. There have been a number of clubs this year now that they're more aware of the campaign. They're doing their own events and their own fundraising activities, and Addington have donated a very interesting auction item.
Yes, they have. We've been very lucky to have some support from all of our clubs this year, but in particularly the ones that are doing the events. And Addington have offered up a sponsorship and hospitality package that is currently on auction on the Trade Me site. So there's a link to that on our website, just on the slide. So make sure you have a look, because I think whoever wins that auction is going to get a great deal. It's 6 people on the 1st of March for hospitality and a race named after whatever you'd like. So yeah, I think it's a really good deal. So have a good look, and a great cause obviously as well.
Oh, exactly, and a perfect opportunity for a group or a sporting club or a business to promote themselves on that night. So check out hrnz.co.nz to find that auction. Hororata, of course, coming up this weekend, and once again, they're getting behind Team Teal.
Yep, Hororata last year really got behind the campaign, and they're doing it again this year. So they're running their Touch of Teal fashion contest again, and they're doing sort of a teal day as well. So Duncan McPherson, one of the founders, is also coming along to that. So that'll be great to see him there, and we're really looking forward to that on Sunday. So hopefully this year, fingers crossed, the weather plays its part, which it's looking like it's going to. So make sure you get out to Hororata in your teal and come and have a look at the fashion contest.
Fabulous. Of course, there are a number of other clubs, just quickly, that are looking to hold events as well.
Yep, so we've got support from Auckland, who on Oaks Night are running the Celebrity Sulky race. Cambridge are looking at doing a ladies' night. Invercargill just putting some details together now to see what they're going to do. And then We Sport and Reefton are looking at running a ladies' race at both of their meetings.
And of course, Reefton is the final hurrah, isn't it? So they're looking to send off the campaign in style with an all-female race, as you mentioned.
Yep, so I'm really looking forward to that. There's a lot of planning going on behind the scenes at the moment, just to work out, what ratings we're going to put in that race and who's going to drive, that sort of thing. So keep an eye out on the HRNZ website in the next couple of days, and hopefully we'll have a media release out about that so that everyone can get on board, and hopefully we can get trainers and drivers supporting that, because it will be pretty cool to, on the last day, have a full female race at Reefton.
Absolutely it would. And just finally, Courtney, if anyone's wanting to donate, maybe they can't get to a race meeting, there's a lot of buckets on course where you can donate, but if anyone's listening and wants to donate to the Women's Cancer Foundation, because this is, going towards research for ovarian cancer, how can they do that?
Yep, so they can just jump on our website too. I'm just about to put up a slide that will sit there for the next 6 weeks, and then you can click onto that and it will link you through to the donation page. So yeah, like you said, all the money raised is going to research for ovarian cancer, and like 2 out of 3 women that get diagnosed with ovarian cancer don't survive. So the research is much needed in New Zealand.
Oh, well said, Courtney, and you're doing a great job putting all this together. So well done, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jess.
Well, it's my pleasure to welcome back onto the podcast Richard Wilson, of course, harness racing bookmaker. He's been sunning himself in beautiful Southland. Richard, firstly, Happy New Year, and how was your break?
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Jess, and all the listeners. It was very good. There's only a couple of rainy days down there. One of them, of course, was at the Cromwell Trots, so that was pretty unpleasant, but the racing was fairly good considering, so managed to get in a few days at the track down there, so yeah, it was all good.
And the hospitality down there is always on point, isn't it?
Oh, exactly, yeah, fantastic down there. We got to the trots at Wyndham and Invercargill, and they're great clubs down there, Northern Southern Club as well, so I was very happy.
That is good to hear. I'm sure they'll welcome you back with open arms. So we'll rip into the week that was, and starting off with last Thursday at Wyndham, and punters faring pretty well there, Richard?
Yep, they were right on the money there, really, the punters. Most of the 8 winners shortened in the market. The best bet there, $1,800 on Max Back at $7. I'm Trouble proved to be just that for us in the last race. Bets of $1,000 at $6 and $1,200 at $5.50 getting home there. And there were some hefty top 3 bets on the day. $10,000 on Flame Lady at $1.48 was on the money. But there was a couple that missed. $9,000 on London Delight at $1.55 and $8,000 on Please Shut Up at $1.60. They missed the mark, thankfully for me.
Okay, and from Thursday at Wyndham we head to Friday, double header, starting off with Otaki, and looks as though it was a bit tricky for punters.
It was a little bit tricky there, Jess. The Nighthawk bolted in there for one punter, had $3,000 at $3.40. That was the best bet. There were the few big misses though, $3,000 on Go Getter at $2.10, and also Lincoln Moment at $3.80 had $3,000 on, and there was also $3,000 on Alta Leone at $2.90. So yeah, scooping all those ones was good for us. And there was a $5,000 bet on American Me at $1.75 that went under as well. So we got a bit back at Otaki.
Okay, and of course that night at Addington we saw feature harness racing for the mares, but there were some big bets by the looks.
Yeah, some big bets on the short winners there, Jess. $12,000 on Copperfield at $2.10, the best bet. But it wasn't been very often during the race that you wanted to have that ticket in your hand. Very nervous there as he galloped early, lost a lot of ground, but was very good, justifying the $1.85 closing price, getting home there. Bets of $3,700 and $1,700 on I've Already Told You, well placed there, as were the $10,000 bet on Great Things Happen at $1.50, and there was also $10,000 on JB Mooney at $1.50 as well. So good returns there. But as usual, there were some large bets that didn't come off. $5,000 Take My Breath Away at $5.50, $4,500 Cardessler at $4.50, and there was $3,000 and another $3,000 at $4.50, and there was $4,000 on Scarlet Banner at $4.60, $3,000 on Tonique de Fou at $4.40. So they were good ones for us to miss out on there, and there was plenty of $1,000 and $2,000 bets on the favourite stablemates, Dream About Me at $1.70 and Al Mac at $2.70, and the feature of the night, the Group 2 race there. They were by far the worst results for us. Dream About Me was looking quite bad there, up over $20,000 loss. So it was very good for us to see DeBarber charge home for a well-deserved win.
Okay, that of course was the big meeting at Addington, and then we headed to Geraldine O'Rari on the grass, and a couple of standout collects.
Yeah, a couple of beauties here, Jess. $10,000 on Linton Shard at $3.10, and there was $3,500 on DiCaprio at $5.50. So plenty of damage there for us. Qatari Yolande was a bad result for us too. $1,300 at $4.20, $1,600 at $4, and $2,000 at $3.80. So a string of bets there. But again, there was a couple that missed. $6,000 on Mad Lou Lee at $9, $3,000 on My Nana's Got No Teeth at $9.50, and there was $2,000 on One Apollo at $3.60, and also a $2,000 bet Ruby Seddon at $6. So those punters were looking for some big collects, but they didn't come off, thankfully.
Okay, and Sunday, of course, we headed back down south, and it was a much better meeting for the bookies, was it?
Yeah, it was a little bit better for us there, Jess. Backing up from the Thursday meeting, of course, we don't often see that at Wyndham, but it started off well for punters. Gemma Mack proving far superior in the first race there. There was bets $4,000 and $2,500 at the $2 mark, and they got home there. She was by far the best. Had sat parked a lot of the way. $2,600 on Sagwitch to run the top three at $3.70, and $2,500 on Hands Ideal also to run top three at $3.20. They got home into places, so well done there to those punters. But the good ones for us there, $8,000 on Tara Bromack at 160, $4,500 at Ain't the Money at 420, and there were $2,000 bets on Rock On at 320 and War Admiral both at 220 and 230.
Okay, and from Wyndham on Sunday, we also had the second day at Otaki for the Otaki Cup meeting, and was it as tricky on the second day for punters, Richard?
No, I think we got the prices right here, Jess. There was a lot of short price winners on the day, but the punters weren't really, the big bets weren't on them. The big bets there, or the best bet of the day there, $360 on West Star Sam at 650. So that tells you that the big bets went west. They were $5,000 Bill Haley at 290, $2,700 on Imola at 650, and there were $2,000 bets again, Go Getter at 250 and the Nighthawk at 280.
Okay, so that wraps up the Kapiti Coast meeting, and I understand you found a few big bets for us, Richard, from previous weeks gone by.
Yeah, I just went back the week before when I came back. There was a couple of beauties there, Jess. At Cambridge on Thursday the 24th, $2,000 on Wicklow Star at 650. On Friday the 25th, there was a $5,000 bet Nandolo at 320. And at Rotorua on Sunday the 27th, Hunter Bromack, there was $1,000 at 10 and another 1,000 at 9. So Hunter Bromack doing the damage there.
Jeepers creepers, good on those punters getting the value. And multi of the week, you found a very good return here for just $25.
This is a beauty, isn't it? But we didn't have a pick six, or the tote didn't have a pick six at Otaki on Sunday, but that didn't stop one punter picking the card, Jess. $25 multi, Jackhammer Joe at $1.95, Von Richthofen $1.65, Majestic 1 at $2, Alta Leone $2.80, Majestic Sam at 6, and in the last, Sweet Maggie Ryan at $4.20. So no more races, unfortunately, for him. He possibly could have got a couple more winners, but $25 turned into $11,351.34.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Well done to that punter. 11 grand off just 25, proving it can be done. And in terms of the week ahead, of course, it looks like it's another busy one for your team.
It is indeed, yeah. A holiday tomorrow, so Amberley at Rangiora kick off there on Wednesday, Cambridge on Thursday, Auckland Friday, Gore Saturday, and Horata Trotting Club at Methven on Sunday.
Yep, no rest for the wicked, so I'm sure you're well and truly back into the swing of things now.
Kind of, yes. Getting there slowly, Jess.
Good on you. Well, we'll let you go and prepare for the Greyhounds today. Thank you very much for your time as always.
Yep, not a problem, Jess. Good on you.
And of course, finally, in what's coming up harness racing wise this week, Waitangi Day is on Wednesday. The Amberley Trotting Club will be racing on the grass at Rangiora there for a big 12 race card. Thursday night, the Waikato Bay of Plenty action at Cambridge. Friday night, Alexandra Park, where we see more Young Guns actions there, and the Phillies Series heats as well on Friday at Alexandra Park. Saturday, Southland goes Gore Harness Racing on the grass, so Gore Harness Racing on the grass on Saturday, make sure you head along to that. And Sunday, Hororata at Methven on the grass naturally, and of course it is their Team Teal Day, including the fashion competition. For full news, you can go to Club News on the HRNZ website for further information. And don't forget, if you're interested in becoming a harness racing owner or finding out more about harness racing ownership, please feel free to contact me at any time by emailing jess@hrnz.co.nz. We have many options available currently, especially leading up to the yearling sale, so if you're just wanting to find out what options are available, you can email me for a no obligation reply, jess@hrnz.co.nz. And that's it for this week's Harness Half Hour. Thanks to HRNZ Marketing. Don't forget the Harness Half Hour podcast is now available on the Punters Lounge, which is on tab.co.nz, also via Spotify and iTunes.